The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and Morgans alike held on to this Darwinian view, and that's important to understand if you're going to understand modern science and medicine of today. Science was always used as a way of challenging God and his existence. In the beginning of this pandemic, people, including the church, were not depending on God for deliverance and his covering. They were not waiting on him. They were waiting on science. And when science said that they had the answer, this is when they listened. The leader that many people voted in did not say, trust God. He said,
listen to the scientists.
Listen to the scientists.
Trust the scientists. Videos on YouTube will be taken down and given strikes if you even told people to just trust God while speaking against their solution. You have to be very careful. This is a mindset that has come from the promotion of science over our faith, and this is what I'm tackling. People have given away all their trust to science and medicine today. Basically, our lives are run by scientists and what they feel about things. We are going to talk about the father of modern medicine. Now, this industry is very deep, but if you can just understand this influence, everything else should make sense. When speaking of science coming from God, what people do not think about is the money that is behind the research. People just don't come out of nowhere with a big development that the world accepts and implements. The truth is that science would not be possible without the backing of major donors and grants. You have many theories, projects, and experiments that fail, that you never heard of. Not everything works. There is a lot of money that goes into research. Our science has not been primarily funded by the government, but by private donors and corporations. Every major breakthrough has happened because there was major money behind it, backing it. So when we say God is responsible for the breakthroughs, which God are we talking about? Because there is a very specific God on the back of our dollar bills. Those same families are the same ones that are the main creators of our science and medical industry. Rockefeller University. On their site, they plainly say as their motto, science for the benefit of humanity. The Rockefeller family have been major influencers of the scientific and medical community. John D. Rockefeller is known as the father of modern medicine, for those who look deeper than what they are mind-controlled to know. With his deep pockets, he exerted his control. What medicine is like today is not what it was like centuries ago. Doctors used to practice healing through the natural. Our Father created a world that has the natural resources that were able to give us what our bodies needed to heal. Natural and herbal medicines were very popular in America during the early 1900s. Almost one half the medical colleges and doctors in America were practicing holistic medicine, using extensive knowledge from Europe and Native American traditions. But in the 20th century, all that changed. John D. Rockefeller, the wealthiest man in the history of America, was a huge proponent of this change, and most people don't even know of his influence. Most people don't even know of him. By the turn of the 20th century, Rockefeller controlled 90% of all petroleum refineries in America through ownership of his company, Standard Oil Corporation. His company, Standard Oil, was later split into smaller companies, Mobil, Chevron, Exxon, etc., making the family even wealthier. In the beginning of the 20th century, the 1900s, the science world was getting excited about new petrochemicals and the ability to create a variety of new compounds from oil. Some of the first products derived from petrochemicals were plastics, but organic chemists knew that oil had the potential to create far more than plastic bags. With all the research done, it was found that drugs could be produced from petroleum. So the world's top oil man, who controlled the petroleum market, decided to use his influence to change the medical industry. In the early 1900s, there were a variety of doctors and healing methods in America. Some of the medical specialties included chiropractic, naturopathy, homeopathy, holistic medicine, and herbal medicine. To eliminate the competition, Rockefeller used his massive wealth and influence and changed the game. Rockefeller purchased part of the German pharmaceutical company IG Farben. They're now known as Bayer. He hired a contractor named Abraham Flexner, and Flexner submitted a report to Congress in 1910. This is known as the Flexner Report. This report concluded that there were too many doctors and medical schools in America. And that all the natural healing methods which had existed for hundreds of years were now unscientific crackery. Medicines used for thousands of years were now classified as alternative, and the new petroleum-based patentable drugs were declared the gold standard. and then gaining more control, Rockefeller then took control of the American Medical Association.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it. Write for Pollution Booklet Box 1771, Radio City Station, New York.